Hello guys, it's Paragon, episode 9. Today is a special one. I'm going to be doing it in English. And we're going to talk about the invisible poison in human relationships. It's about the narcissists and egocentrics. So watch it till the end and make sure to comment if you have experienced something along those lines. And don't forget, you're not alone. Some people destroy everything they touch. Not because they're evil, but because they're empty. Sometimes with charm, sometimes with words that twist, or with silence that starves. But you only realize it when it's too late. It's straight up manipulation, silence that leaves you confused. And suddenly, you don't even recognize yourself anymore. But the result is the same: devastation. Today we're exposing the invisible poison: narcissists and egocentrics. Those who use, those who manipulate, those who love no one but themselves. And sometimes that person is you. But first, let's define it, because clarity is power. A narcissist isn't just someone who takes too many selfies or enjoys praise. It's deeper, much darker. It's a pathological defense mechanism. It's a mask built to protect a wounded self. It's someone who sees others as mirrors, not people. They need admiration more than they need connection. And what's your role in their life? To reflect back the ideal self and disappear when you don't. There are several phases of narcissism. You have first the grandiose narcissist, very confident, powerful, admired, but it dominates and erases others without even noticing. Second one is the vulnerable narcissist. This one is hypersensitive, constant victim, always in pain, and it's always about them. And the third one is the malignant narcissist, aka the narcissistic abuser. This one will trap you, praise you, destroy you, and once you're drained, they discard you. Now you can ask yourself, what's the difference between narcissist and egocentric? So egocentrism is basically narcissism's little brother. It is a lighter version of the same poison. An egocentric might not manipulate you, but they'll still make it about them. An egocentric person is not always cruel, but they are emotionally blind. Your pain, your joy, your boundaries, they register only when it affects them. You're in pain, they'll compare it with theirs. You win something, they shift the spotlight. You need support, they vanish. Why? Because they never learned empathy. They were never taught to see beyond their own reflection. To them, the world starts and ends with me. In today's hyper-individualistic world, egocentrism isn't an exception, it's the norm. They don't always intend to destroy, but their inability to consider others leads them to do it anyway. To erode peace, manipulate closeness, and turn connection into control. And how do you think it feels when you're close to them? It feels like shrinking, like being a supporting role in a movie you didn't even audition for. It's like every disagreement will end with you apologizing for feeling. They invalidate your joy, they minimize your pain, they remember everything you did wrong and none of what they did. They make you feel too loud, too needy, too sensitive, but only when you stop serving them. And over time, you just stop trusting your gut, you question your value, you make yourself small just to fit into the frame they've made for you. These people are everywhere. Work could be the boss who takes credit for your success and blames you for his failures. They'll manipulate optics. Your competence will be seen as a threat, not a contribution. In friendships, the one who only shows up when they need something. They'll center every conversation around themselves. If you talk about pain, they'll upstage it. If you succeed, they'll compete. In love, which is probably the worst one, where you give everything, carry the weight, forgive the unforgivable, and in the end, you're just left drained. disoriented, and somehow blamed for your own pain. And I have a real life example I've seen through consultation. Just for the sake of confidentiality, I'm going to call them Sarah and Bill. So Sarah gave everything, presents, softness, loyalty. Bill, on the other side, gave nothing, except, I would say, glimpses. He kept Sarah in his orbit, but never chose her. Sarah is warm, devoted, and emotionally generous. Bill is eloquent, confident, and always somehow the victim. When she cried, he ghosted. When she gave too much, he called her intense. When Sarah expresses a need, he accuses her of drama. When she cries, he disappears. When she sets boundary, he calls her selfish. But when he needs comfort, she runs towards him. When he feels insecure, she reassures. Their relationship isn't mutual. It is a monologue. He speaks, she listens. He takes, she apologizes. And every time she questions the dynamic, he flips the script. You're too much. You never appreciate me. You're lucky I'm still here. When she finally left, he didn't fight. He posted pictures with someone else a week later. What Sarah didn't know was that Bill never grieved. Because you don't grieve what you didn't value. She cried for nights while he was counting likes. She doubted herself. He just replaced her. Bill doesn't love Sarah. He loves how she makes him feel. He loves being worshipped, not known. That's the wound left by a narcissistic connection. You bleed for a story they've already forgotten. And what do you think it does to you? Here's the real impact. You doubt yourself. You think you're not enough. You try to fix, explain, or justify their behavior and trap yourself. You're in a one-way relationship where your feelings are invisible and their needs are sacred. And slowly, you change. You become quiet. You shut down. You lose your fire. You stop trusting. And worst of all, you start thinking that you are the problem. Now, how can you avoid this kind of people in your day-to-day lives? Here's the method. It's a real one. I would say even a battle plan. First one is trust your gut. If something feels off, don't explain it away and leave. Second, watch their actions, not their words. Narcissists are great talkers, but their deeds always betray them. Third one, set boundaries and say no. Then observe. A narcissist hates boundaries. And the fourth one, surround yourself with givers. Real love and friendship are mutual. If it's always about them, then it's not love, it's dependence. You don't owe anyone your energy, especially not someone who feeds off it. Now also you can ask yourself, what if you're the one who's been displaying that toxic behavior? And for that, let's speak directly and ask yourself like a series of questions. Like, what if you're always in need to talk about yourself? If you get angry when others don't listen? If you constantly seek praise, attention, validation? Then I'm telling you, you're not strong, you're not cool, and you're not admirable. You're empty. You destroy what you love, you manipulate those who care, you never take responsibility, and it's always someone else's fault. You carry a perfect image of yourself, but no one wants to stay near you. And if they do, it's because they're exactly like you. You know what they say, right? When the tree is rotten, so is the fruit. So ask yourself, do I feel angry when someone sets a boundary with me? Do I interrupt others' stories to bring attention back to mine? Do I expect people to comfort me, but feel annoyed when they need me? Awareness is not shame. It's a step one of healing. From ego to empathy, from domination to connection. If you realize this now, then you're already healing. Why? Because true narcissists never question themselves. They fear the truth. So how to protect yourself and recover? See the patterns, not the potential. Don't excuse harm because they're going through something. We all are. But not all of us destroy others to survive. Second point is distance doesn't make you cruel. It makes you conscious. Remove yourself. Guilt is temporary. Damage is not. Third point is rebuild from within. Surround yourself with those who nourish, not consume. You'll start to feel seen again, and in turn, you will start seeing yourself. Fourth point, forgive yourself for not seeing it sooner. You aren't weak, you are hopeful. But now you know. So to sum up, how do you fix this? Through isolation, reflection, truth, and real inner work. And then you become something new. Not through control, but through humility. You stop destroying others. You stop needing attention. You stop acting out on your wounds. And then you begin to love in truth, not in control. To give without manipulating, to connect without draining. And this is where the cycle ends. So to conclude now, in this world, narcissists and egocentrics are everywhere. But you can be the exception. Every soul walks a fine line between ego and elevation, between destruction and reconstruction, between using others and becoming someone who uplifts them. You get to choose to be the one who destroys or the one who builds, the one who demands or the one who lifts others. Narcissists don't build, they consume. They leave behind ruins, relationship shattered, trust broken, love tainted. So choose awareness, choose discipline, choose transformation. And remember, at Paragon, we don't speak to egos that want to shine, we speak to souls that want to grow. So that's it for today, guys. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Allez, ciao.